As humans, we often make poor decisions when our choices are based on misinformation or lies. We usually think we're immune to these lies, but we're all vulnerable to them. In the 1920s, we started adding tetraethyl lead to gasoline to reduce engine knocking. Over time, we realized this lead was unhealthy. However, scientists who worked for the industry told us that the body naturally and safely harbors lead, which was a lie. Because of this deception, 5,000 people died from leaded gasoline and paint. This story reminds us of a crucial truth. Our beliefs are the fundamental foundation of all our decisions. Our beliefs shape our actions shape our experiences, and our experiences shape everything. That's why it's so important that we get to the bedrock of what is shaping our beliefs. If our beliefs are being shaped by lies, then lies are driving our actions and our experiences. This is the heart of understanding what Carlos Whitaker calls spiders. Spiders are agreements we make with lies that then control how we live. Our biggest spiders concern what we believe about God and what we believe about ourselves. What you believe about God and what you believe about yourself shapes everything in your life. It's foundational to every relationship you have, every decision you make, and every response you give to life's challenges. A.W. Tozer said, "What comes into our minds when we think about God is the most important thing about us. Your view of God is foundational to everything about you. If you decide that God is capricious, vindictive, or punishing you, that impacts everything. If you believe God doesn't care what you do, that influences how you live. If you believe God is like a distant watchmaker who created the world but can't be involved in your daily life, that shapes how you approach problems. But I believe the second most important thing about us is what we think God thinks about us. Some of you believe God thinks you're a mistake or disappointment. Perhaps you think when God thinks about you, He wonders when you're going to get it together so He can finally love you. Maybe you wonder if God spends His time comparing you to others who seem to have it more together, and you think, if I could be like them, then God would love me more. These beliefs about what God thinks of you shape every relationship you're in and every conversation you have. They're the places where our enemy tells us lies, and when we begin to agree with those lies, that's where he can hold us back from all that God has for us. However, defeating those lies leads to freedom. Romans chapter 12 verses 2 tells us that God transforms us as we renew our minds, while 2 Corinthians chapter 10 verses 3 to 5 describes our ability to take thoughts captive and make them obedient to Christ. Tomorrow, we'll examine a biblical example of someone who believed a devastating lie about God and how that lie shaped their entire approach to life. Thank you for watching and remain blessed.